Have you ever had a feeling that you couldn't explain? Like, for example, a tightness in your chest that wasn't a heart attack, or tightness and like heaviness in your shoulders that no amount of stretching would shift. Or maybe it was a knot in your belly that even after the stressful situation was gone, it still stayed. Or maybe you find yourself crying or overreacting, so called, for no reason. Maybe there is this wave of feeling of grief or anger or sadness, anything that you don't know how to explain. Your body is not broken. It's not overreacting. It's just holding on to something and doesn't know how to express or how to communicate with you and tell you what you need to hear. But I'm going to show you a few things that are going to help you to release it. I'm Hanna, and in this video I'm going to walk you through 3 things that you need to know about your body. The first one will be the emotions and how and why they are stored in our body, so that you have the framework to know what you're working for and what you've been expecting. The second one is to point at the common places that those emotions are stored and why it feels the way it does. And the third one is finally the somatic practice, a very gentle practice that you can do right now to start releasing them. Because you don't really have to understand your emotions that are stuck, but you just have to be willing to listen to them in order to let them go. Every emotion at its baseline is a biological event, and it has to complete a full cycle in order to be well released. Now, it starts with a signal that goes to our brain, and then through the nervous system, it goes all around our body, and then it's ready to be released. Let's take a look in the wild for, let's say, a deer. A deer very easily, after being chased and then being on its own, takes a few moments, a few minutes to just shake off everything, all this tension from its body. And then the cycle is completed and it's ready to just go back to the baseline and move on with its life. As human beings, we unfortunately lost this capacity largely. And we socializedly were, well, just taught to suppress our emotions, to let go of the anger quickly, or just pretend like it didn't happen, or, well, stop crying. Big boys don't cry, or be quiet. Nothing happened. All those forms of dealing with emotions are, well, not really dealing with them. They were just sweeping that under the rug. And those emotions not being released had to be stored in our body. So they are stored in our body, in our nervous system, and in our muscles as a tension. And up until we let them go, they will be there and they will be triggered later on in our lives due to different similar events triggering the same emotions. While our bodies are very different, there are general areas where emotions are being held in our body that will make sense as I explain them. Well, the grief or sadness, heartbreak, it's always felt in the chest. You can feel the chest being tight. And well, this kind of like a hollow feeling is very often there. You can also feel a feeling of like numbness in the throat when there is something that you want to say but you cannot, like something that cannot pass through your throat, through the chakra. The gut feeling is always in the belly, the kind of like knotted, tense feeling that is very difficult to explain. It's normally in our solar plexus. Also, fear or anxiety that are also stored here, solar plexus or belly. Anger is commonly held in the jaw or neck or the shoulders. All the tension and tightness, kind of like feeling very stiff and very tight. Also, it can be felt in the hands or arms in case there is something that our subconscious wants to, well, push back. Shame and unworthiness is normally stored in our lower parts of the body. So could be lower belly, could be abdomen, lower abdomen, hips or thighs. Those are always also the areas that we are protecting in order not to be exposed. Very often, women who are feeling shame on of or feeling of unworthiness cannot reach their climax. Now, take a moment now, if you are willing and if you have a place to, just gently scan your body. Go through the top to the bottom, gently noticing every area of your body and seeing without a judgment how it feels. Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Does it feel numb or tingling, hot or cold? You don't have to judge it, name it, remember, because noticing it is the first step of releasing it. I'm going to guide you through a very gentle, short practice of somatic release. You can stay seated, you can move, lay back, you can lay down on the floor or on the bed, whatever is more comfortable for you, and whatever will give you, well, safe space for a little bit. Now, let's start by placing our hands on either the heart or the place where you felt the most tension or the heaviest, let's say, emotions when you did the scan. Okay? Place them there and take 3 slow breaths. Just inhale in. Let your hands gently stay on the area, massage it. Acknowledge that you are here. You can actually say, I am here. I'm listening. After each exhale, feel the area soften slightly. You can picture your light or your breath going over to that area as well. And on the exhale, while you exhale very slowly, you can say or you can think that you give your permission for this thing, this emotion to be released. Now we are going to start a somatic movement. Begin to gently rock forward and back or side to side, whatever your body wants, well, whatever feels right. Small, slow, and rhythmic movements. This is your nervous system's natural way of self-regulating. Remember, it's totally normal in the natural kingdom. Animals do that. Humans used to do that. And we also do that when we are children, very young. Let yourself be comforted. If you feel any emotion rising, a tightness or an urge to cry, a wave of feeling, whatever it may be, let it come. You don't want to suppress it anymore. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to name it. Or you don't have to think about where it came from, chase it back to its source. Just let it move through you. That movement is the release. Finally, on your next exhale, I'd like you to make a sound. It can be a very quiet and a very soft sigh, or a gentle hum, or a barely audible ah. Sound vibrates the vagus nervus directly and completes all the release cycle in the way that the breath alone, well, sometimes cannot. Give yourself permission to make that sound and to feel the vibrations. When you're ready, slowly bring your hands to rest. Take a breath and make a movement to notice how your body feels like right now. It can be very small change, but the change is real. What you just did, however small it felt, it takes big courage. Now, turning towards yourself, then turning inwards, is not pushing those emotions down anymore. It's actually witnessing yourself, experiencing yourself, and that's healing. But remember, healing, and in this case, somatic practices, somatic movements, are not just one off. You'll have to repeat it. And I encourage you to, whenever you feel any emotion rising up, whenever you feel something tightening or not feeling right in your body, do that practice. Go gently through this practice, even if it's just a short version or cut, whatever it can be. Do some breaths and witness, don't suppress. If you would like more information about somatic or any other releases as well, I created a guide which you can download for free in the link below. It's in the bio. Also, I'm creating a school community, a free community that I'm hoping will be full of women like you and I who are willing to, well, live full and free life, make friendships, and learn from each other. I would love you to join. Also, put the link forward to this video for anyone who will profit, because all of us, well, need to learn the releases, and unfortunately, we were not taught to do so. Thank you for your time, and I see you soon.